So now, after we covered mobility exercises, we will go into stretching. In the video after this one, I will explain differences and how we are going to cover these two within the program. But first, I want to show you 3 stretches. You can start right now, incorporating them into your training, daily life, I don't know, whatever. And they will be in the workouts as well. And these are like my 3 go-to stretches for 3 muscles that are very important to stretch, more important than others for most people. And some of them are often forgotten when it comes to stretching. These are the quads, probably the most common one, which is not forgotten that often. But through our lifestyle, for most people, sitting a lot, they tend to shorten, and that's why we should stretch them, and I have a great stretch coming up for them. Then we will have the Quadratus Lumborum, which is the big back muscle. Often one of those things that hurt somewhere in this area for a few people. These will be stretched afterwards. And then the soles of your feet. Yes, feet again. Because why not? There are a lot of muscles under your foot, and why not stretching them to get more awareness of them even. And of course to relax them, because stretching is a great recovery exercise. But first things first, the hip flexor, the quads. I have my stretch for them, and it goes like this. You go into a half kneeling position, and from that point you just learn the pelvic tilt, and we will incorporate this in here too. That makes it even better, because we kind of get the combination out of some exercises that we just learned. And what we want is a posterior pelvic tilt backwards, and this alone will start to stretch your quads and your hip flexor. The psoas is one of the hip flexors. This attaches, like you have the quadriceps, the 4 muscles that you have in your upper leg on the thigh, and then you have the psoas, which starts here and it goes even deeper into your abdomen. So, and by even getting deeper into that stretch, we reach out with the same arm on this side. So we have an elongated whole side of the body from the knee to the hand. You can put your hand on your head, because if you do that like for a minute, it might get a little bit uncomfortable up there. So that makes it even easier for you. And then you will have a great stretch through this whole thing. You will incorporate the psoas because you go up here with the arm, and it's an amazing exercise. So that's stretching number 1, hip flexor stretch. Second thing, Quadratus Lumborum, QL for easy definition of it. Best way to stretch the QL without any equipment, in my opinion, is to sit in this stance where you put your feet together. I will turn around for you to make it easier to see. And then I will press down on one side. That's also the side where I'm going to stretch. And then I press against that and lean into the other side. And then I could even try to rotate a little bit or even bend forward a little bit to really get a part of this muscle to stretch it to where I feel, okay, here I have a good stretch inside of my QL. And for me, this is here. And really by pressing a little bit more into your knee here, you can even make it a little bit stronger. But always in stretching, be easy with yourself, like don't force it. You get the best result in stretching when you do it firmly, not too soft, but to have like a light stretching, but it shouldn't hurt, it shouldn't be too deep, it shouldn't be too aggressive, so stay away from that. And then you have the QL stretch. Of course, other side is the same. And for feet, very simple thing. You just have the toe sit, and you can sit here on your toes. And if that is, for some people, that's pretty heavy, sit here for a minute or 30 seconds even. If that's like very strong, you can shift your weight a little bit forward. You could even bring a couple of fingers or your hands here, or you're on your knees. That makes it easier. If it's like very even painful or very strong on your soles. So also don't be too hard on them as well. And then you could also, to round it up, stretch the other part of your foot, the top of your foot. There are also some muscles, and the tibialis muscle on the shin attaches here. You could stretch them by just sitting down and raising your knees a little bit and stretch into the other side. So you have a complete stretch of the front and the back of the foot. Feels quite nice actually. Try it.